Say something.
Okay, I'm saying something.
Let's say something again.
Okay, now I'm saying something again.
It's just quiet.
You're just quiet. I probably turned myself down because
it's nice though. I don't care.
I overload it. Are you ready to I think that we should do the Indiana Jones thing first. And then we'll do a regular podcast. So just like 10 minutes Indiana Jones into the podcast. Okay?
Yeah. But I can't be here that long, so let's just start it. Because I don't want to fucking pick up dog shit and piss.
How are you going to pick up dog piss?
They can't be like by them. Well, you know, put a cloth on it. Last time they ripped the couch to shreds. I had to pick that up at fucking 10 something at night. That was fucking fun.
I bet. So let's get started with this Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny review. Hello, everybody.
Oh, no intro?
No, we're doing the Indiana Jones thing first.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're doing a podcast.
All right. Yeah.
So no intro for the Indiana Jones
You're not even going to do the Indiana Jones theme.
Ba 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 ba.
Did they even have the theme in this new movie?
I don't remember. I don't care.
You could probably insert like an 8-bit Indiana Jones theme before this.
I'm not going to do that. That sounds like a lot of work. I'm just going to put me singing.
Yeah, okay. So Indiana Jones.
So Indiana Jones, the Dial of Destiny.
The Dial of Destiny.
We are going to be doing a brief non-spoilers review, and then we're going to jump right into spoilers. Jordan, what did you think of the movie? I'm going to take this dumb hat off.
We didn't really need it. I wouldn't say it was terrible, but it wasn't like... It was just it was a movie.
It was a movie.
Yeah, something to do.
I feel largely the same way.
I don't really think people like to see Indiana Jones as an old man.
You don't want to see old, depressed, cranky Harrison Ford stumbling around.
I think I was talking about this with somebody at work that I think they could have had Harrison Ford, like an old Indiana Jones, but like in a spin-off thing. Where it's like somebody else, like, you know, like he wouldn't be the main character,
right?
He would just make an appearance,
Just sort of be there.
Yeah, like it would be like you don't know if Harrison Ford was doing it or not. It would be one of those things.
Right.
So the audience is like, you know, because they like to do that in the movies. So I think it would be like a spin-off, and then it would be like there's this guy, just kind of a hermit, you know, living out in the middle of nowhere. It's like, if you can find him, maybe he can help you or whatever. And then it's fucking Indiana Jones, you know, not like.
At what point in the movie do you think that should happen? Like in the first third, first half, end of the movie?
I think it would be the end of the movie. And then.
But then people would think, oh, there's going to be another Indiana Jones movie.
Well, there would.
So you want.
This would be in the same universe as Indiana Jones.
What I'm saying is if you show it at the end of the movie, then people are going to think, oh, Harrison Ford's back for the next one.
Oh, that's true.
Sort of
that's
like how
true.
at the end of Force Awakens they had Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, he's going to be in the next one. And then they made a bad movie.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. But no, it's sort of like the ending of Batman. When it's like he leaves a calling card.
Okay, yeah.
And then you're like, oh, no way, the Joker's going to be there. But, you know.
I feel like it's a little different.
Yeah, it is different. But it's sort of in the same...
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I would give this movie a solid 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10?
Yeah, it was slightly above 50-50.
I think I would probably give it the same.
I did not enjoy it.
You didn't? Are we spoiling shit?
No, not yet.
No.
Just, like, let me give my brief thoughts. I would say it's about 20% good.
Had his moments.
I would say it's about 40% about 20% bad, and about 20% wait, what? And that now we're gonna move into spoilers. If you don't want to, if you haven't seen the movie and you want to see the movie without any spoilers, turn it off now. But thanks for the view, like and subscribe. So they fucking go back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool. What?
And the other one had aliens in it.
Yeah, that one's also bad.
What do we got? We have It's usually like some kind of religious thing that they're going after.
Usually.
They kind of went away from that. It gets a little weird.
Yep.
I mean, a little box containing a bunch of like spirits and shit that melt your faces off. That's cool.
It is cool. I agree.
Yeah.
I think the issue is that in all of the previous movies, or the previous good movies, we'll include Temple of Doom in this just for sake of argument. He is near something that's weird and creepy and different, like the box that talks to God, but he doesn't actually like really interact with it.
Right.
Like he's not getting in the box, going up to heaven and having a chat with God. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
They just go back in time.
Yeah.
What? What? The fuck?
Yeah, and it was. What even is that? Was that based on a real thing?
The Archimedes dial?
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, kind of, I think. I don't know a whole lot about Archimedes, because I'm not a nerd. Like Indiana Jones.
Well, even like the crystal skull and all that, like all this stuff's usually based on something that's like
I think it is a real,
allegedly real.
Like it's a real thing, but it was just like a calculator.
An ancient calculator.
Yeah, it was just like how you do numbers. It was basically a glorified abacus. I think. I did no research.
They go like way too far-fetched.
Yeah.
Like I mean
I have to get my notes. Hold on. I've been making notes all day. Just because something will pop in my head and it's just like I
thought the beginning of it was alright, but I don't like see, Indiana Jones usually starts out like
banging.
Not like that aggressive, you know what I mean?
What? Yeah.
Like the
it's
first one,
slow.
Yeah, well, first. The first one, you're like, "Who is this guy?
Yeah.
This guy's really cool. I like this guy." You know what I mean? He doesn't say anything. It's mysterious. This one is just like explosions.
Yeah.
Not a bad opening, but like I like when they do it where it's like they make him look cool. You know what I mean? First, yeah.
And even the third one, it's sort of like a build. Like he doesn't start chasing a train. It's like,
how does that one start?
Him as a kid,
right? Yeah,
and it's like it's a very slow build. You see them like riding their horses through the desert, and then they're climbing the thing, and then they're in the thing. And he's like, "Okay, go get the sheriff," and then and then it escalates.
Yeah, this one I don't think there was ever a moment where there wasn't just like shooting and explosions and car chases.
You're forgetting the very next scene where he is sleeping,
right?
And the Magical Mystery Tour starts playing really loud.
Yeah, because it was the 60s.
Yeah, 1969, July.
The Nazi guy, the main villain.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
Casino Royale. Great movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so he would be dead.
Yeah. Are you referring to when he got fucking pinwheeled
going
off that train that's going like 120 miles an hour?
That train was definitely going over 100 miles per hour, and he got hit right in the head with a metal pole.
Yeah.
And fell off of the train.
Mm-hmm. He didn't just fall off. He was hit so hard that he did multiple flips before he hit the ground.
Right.
And he wasn't on top of the train. He was holding onto the side of the train. So he's maybe 10 feet off the ground.
So first thing he did with the time travel is go back and tell him to duck.
Yep. I would have just said, hey, man, it's the Nazis. That's not where it's at.
Are we picking up your neighbors again?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So here are my notes.
So who were the Nazis with him? Or were those just like regular old like Aryan Nation, modern day Nazis?
Well, modern day, but yes.
Who were like, from the 60s Nazis who were just like, hell yeah, I'll go back to the World War II. Okay. I
mean, if a legit Nazi showed up and you were like a new Nazi and they're like, hey, I have this crazy, because Hitler was crazy. And he believed in a lot of stuff. That.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, if you followed the ways of Hitler and some Nazi guy was like, hey, I got this thing. If we find it, we can go back in time and see Hitler. It's like, nice.
Some people I thought were going to be, there's some characters they kind of off, and I wasn't expecting it. the FBI agent there.
The black lady?
Yeah, the black lady, the
Yep.
FBI.
She got killed.
I did not think she was gonna die.
Know
I thought
what
she was
the
gonna
fuck was
somehow.
going on with that.
They had, what were they? And okay, so he was building them a rocket.
Yeah,
that went to the moon.
He was essentially Werner von Braun.
Yes,
but they can't use Werner von Braun because he's a real person.
What is this?
I don't know. They're having a party.
Oh, okay. As long as they're not fighting.
I don't think they're fighting.
No, we have guests on the show. Yeah. Okay, so he was Werner von Braun. And then he was building the spaceship.
Yep.
To go to the moon.
Yep.
And then because he was doing that, they were funding his little other expedition to find the thingy to time travel.
How much money could they possibly be spending on this? Because there's like 2 people who know about this, and it took them this long to find them?
Well, here's the thing, though. When you really think about it, he didn't need to work for the government at all. Unless he was trying to stay off the radar, but he goes full on like rogue.
He loses it pretty quickly.
And no one tracks him down and punishes him.
Also,
they steal a plane at one point.
Well, I think several points. Oh, maybe it was a helicopter.
I think maybe he needed access to all these, like the boats and all this stuff he was using, but he still had all that shit after he murdered the FBI agent.
So why can't you go to Indiana Jones and say, hey, you're a doctor at this college, university, whatever. We're the government. You know us because we've spoken before multiple times regarding crazy shit. Do you know where this thing is that we're looking for? Because we were pretty confident that it might work, and we want to try it.
So they didn't, well...
Why didn't they just go to him and be like, hey, can you help us?
They knew
because
that
he didn't know it was a Nazi.
His niece or whatever was... he did know it was the Nazi. That was the guy on the train.
Yeah, but not at first. What I'm saying is if they had just gone to him, like sent in like some FBI people, then he wouldn't have known that he was helping this Nazi do whatever.
He said he would have said he wouldn't have it, probably. And then
why?
They could also just show up and ransack his
yeah, it was like, hey, we're looking for something. Get the fuck out of the way.
I don't know. They were maybe they didn't know of Indiana Jones's involvement with the thingy, but he knew that other woman was looking for it. His his niece?
So then they could goddaughter.
His goddaughter.
But then they could just follow her.
Right.
Be like, hey, they're talking to this guy we know because we're the government, and we took that fucking.
They do. They get his files.
That
remember?
Box that they talk to God with, that we have, or maybe we don't anymore because the Russians were there.
Are we including that as part of this thing?
I don't know. I don't know. This movie's so weird. Let me just go through my notes.
Better than Crystal Skull? Or?
Yeah, much.
Okay.
Well, try not to trip over the bar.
I mean, at least they had Nazis in this one.
Yeah.
You kind of have to have the Nazis in an Indiana Jones movie.
So first note, some of the CGI de-aging was really good.
Yeah.
Some of it was not.
Like what scene specifically?
I think the when they take the bag off his head.
Yeah.
Like the glory shot, that was not great. And the whole time when he was in that noose.
Yeah.
His teeth were weird CGI teeth.
Was not looking at his CGI
It
teeth.
threw me off. But then when he was like in the action, he was talking to that other guy. Toby Jones. I don't know his name in the movie. I don't remember. I don't care.
They introduce new characters as if you've known them forever.
Which is okay.
It's kind of successful, though. Like, his fisherman friend there.
Yeah.
Felt like you knew that guy.
Yeah, I thought I was missing something for a second.
Yeah, no, that's a totally just new.
Because
I was thinking, like, there is the one where he's on the, he gets onto the submarine and he's with his other sailing friends, but that's not.
Yes.
That's not him.
No, that guy was very black.
Yes, yeah. So
and
he
also
must just
a pirate.
have a bunch of right. Were they pirates?
Yes.
Which movie was that?
That was Raiders.
Okay. Yeah.
The next note is, why was Indiana Jones in Germany?
He was trying to steal back artifacts.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Well, think about it. Why did he go? Why? Why does anything happen in these movies? It's because he's either asked to do it by the government because they'll pay him a lot of money, which also kind of hypocritical that he's lecturing this young woman about doing things for money when he also only did stuff for money a lot of the time.
No, he didn't. He what are you talking about?
In the first one, in Raiders,
Yes, there's that.
he only went after the Ark after they paid for everything.
Yeah, but then he starts doing it because it belongs in a museum.
Does he?
Look, the guy needs to make money. It's expensive to travel.
I understand. But I'm just saying it's a little hypocritical. You can be like, okay, I understand that, money plays a factor, but let's just cool your jets a little bit, okay? Just, a little hypocritical is all I'm saying. But why is he there? Because
He was probably paid to steal back stuff the Nazis stole. That's what he was doing.
why don't they fucking nuke him? I don't know. Like, it seems
Why don't they
weird
nuke him?
to send Indiana Jones in.
Because he's an expert on all these artifacts.
Yeah,
so.
but he's not an expert on. He doesn't speak German.
That's the thing that's actually weirder than anything else in the movies. Even the supernatural shit.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing is that he doesn't know how to speak German.
And he's
because
just
he
like
speaks
ancient Greek,
dead languages.
Latin, maybe?
Yeah. He was talking to what's his face when he time traveled.
Archimedes.
Yeah, like fluently. And yet he can't learn German, which is for an English speaker probably the easiest language to learn.
Yeah,
because English came from German.
Germanic. Yep.
Like,
and
how?
also he's been dealing with these fuckers for at least 10 years.
Yeah,
since the mid 30s.
He basically lives in Germany.
Apparently, he's just going on adventures in Germany with Nazis. He continues the tradition of Harrison Ford cosplaying as a Nazi.
Maybe he just refuses to learn the language because he hates Nazis so much.
He's a cold-blooded, warm-blooded American. He's not going to speak no
thinks it's
fucking German.
Yeah, he probably he only learns like the romance languages and all that. You know, he's not going to speak a disgusting language like German.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what they call Germany in German?
Deutschland?
Yeah. Deutschland. It's very aggressive, the language.
No, listen, I took German in high school. I don't remember any of it. We mostly watched videos.
Yeah.
Didn't learn a goddamn thing. Why'd they hang him? Just shoot him.
To like show a sign. They didn't hang him. They were going to. Then they blew up.
They kicked the thing out.
No, the thing blew up.
No, they kicked the thing out, and then the bomb came through.
Oh. No.
Remember, because he was telling that story, and he was uncutting his wrists, and then he like grabbed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird scene. Just shoot him. If you want to get information out of him, boom, kneecap.
I mean, that's like oh yeah, they were trying to interrogate him.
Yeah.
I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, in like actual World War II, like towards the end of it, they just had like Gestapo going around and shooting anybody who committed treason. So they didn't really like make a scene out of it. They just fucking burst down doors and slaughtered you.
It's not like they know who he is. They're not like, oh, it's the great Indiana Jones.
So what year was he? Okay, so the original Indiana Jones, the Nazis must know who he is. Hitler probably knows who he is.
Well, I mean, Hitler met him.
Signed his book. But, like, so the first ones take place in, like, the early 30s.
I think the latest is, like, 1935, 1930. It's right before World War II, because we've had this conversation.
Yeah.
It's right before it broke out.
When he was in Germany, it was 1944.
This was like 1940s, yeah. So this was, like, close to 10 years after.
Right.
So has he been doing this?
There's no way they don't know who he is.
Well, he doesn't speak German, so they probably can't ask him.
Yeah, his friend did.
That guy is really big.
Oh, yeah.
That dude is huge.
Yeah,
that guy's got to be 7 feet tall.
It's a big boy.
And he's got to be like 5 feet wide. I don't know.
Find out how big that guy. 5 feet wide.
He was huge.
He's not. He was massive, but he's not. You can't be 5 fucking feet wide. Maybe like 3
Andre
feet
the
wide.
Giant.
He was a big guy. I bet you he's a nice guy too. I hope so. You imagine if he was mean and had anger issues? That'd be terrifying.
That'd make me sad. Where is he? No, George Lucas. There he is.
Oh yeah, the second it said Disney before the movie, I was like, this is gonna suck. I don't know if you thought that.
He's 7'2".
Holy fuck.
Yeah, man. He is. He's a bodybuilder. He's Dutch. Portrayed Ursa and Black Widow and blah 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 blah.
What's his name?
Oliver Richters. Richters.
Is he a nice guy?
I don't know.
You ever met him?
Let's take a look on Instagram here.
Oliver Richter.
Oliver Richters. The Dutch Giant on Instagram. He's got 639,000 followers. Is that a picture of him next to Kevin Hart?
Yeah, this guy's huge.
He makes Kevin Hart look like a fucking child.
Wow, that's a big... Yeah, he's big. He must have to have like
giant.
custom clothing or something.
Yeah. He's like Stephen Merchant, but taller and also 4 times as wide.
Oh my god, this is him at an Asian McDonald's.
That's it. I've seen that photo. I know that meme.
That's the thing?
Yeah. That's a meme.
Well, now you know who that guy is.
Wow, that's amazing. Rip Shia.
He's only 3 years older than me?
Yeah.
Holy god.
How does that make you feel?
He looks like he's like 40.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf's dead.
Are you serious?
No, in the movie.
Oh.
Fucking
I was
Jesus
like, what?
Christ. Are you serious? The concern in your voice.
Well, so we are... Well, Shia LaBeouf, I think, is kind of cool. He does some odds. I mean...
He's a weird guy.
I don't know what he's... Yeah, he's interesting.
He was good in Holes.
So is Sigourney Weaver.
So is Sigourney Weaver. And that John Voight.
She lets the Venom nail polish slashes his face. Yeah.
Good movie.
Can you hear the empty spaces in the water?
So Shia LaBeouf died in the army.
Yeah.
So that would probably be Korea?
Vietnam.
Well, I guess when was Crystal Skull?
50s.
When was Korea? 50s?
Yeah, but Vietnam didn't end till like 71 or something like that.
Yeah, so when... I guess the question is how long ago did he die?
They were saying, hell no, we won't go. That's the draft.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know that they were talking about Vietnam.
Oh, how old was he in the...
Like, I'm wondering if he died recently or if he died like 10 years ago.
Okay, so let's just assume he was...
Because if he was in his early 20s and...
Okay, let's just say he was like...
How old do you have to be to no longer be able to go into the army? Because he might have hit that point. Because he would have been like 40.
So I guess I asked somebody about this. Because like...
This is going on way longer than I thought it was.
Yeah, it is. But no, I guess as long as you're like in shape,
right.
then I think you're fine.
But they were a little stricter back then.
I don't think they were.
I think they were.
They were drafting people.
Yeah, but you couldn't have like bad eyes.
Yeah, I think there's very little. I mean, they literally, like when my Pepe was in World War II, you didn't have to know how to swim to be in the Navy.
Yeah.
They just put you
in the water, idiot.
They just put you on a boat.
It's pretty obvious.
They would also just let people swim and then shoot the sharks when they would come around with a machine gun.
Get them. I don't see the problem with this. Your point being,
I'm not going on a boat if I don't know how to swim. I can tell you that much. Although the thing is, like, I'll go on an airplane and not know how to fly. So I don't know.
You know how to fall.
That's true. I know how to fall
with style.
Yeah. Just aim for a mountain.
And run.
Yeah. What?
And run.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
No.
No, I thought if you hit like a side of something, you got a better chance, you know?
I mean, I would aim for some brush. Like some bramble. Hopefully it would slow you down on your way. What you're supposed to do is, this is actually what you're supposed to do. you're supposed to spread out, as much surface area as possible, and then right at the last second, do this and sort of get into a crouching position, break both of your legs and tuck forward and sort of somersault and hold your head so you don't get too bad of a concussion.
Falling 30,000 feet.
That's what you're supposed to do when you fall out of an airplane and your parachute doesn't work.
Fuck that. I'd rather just die.
No, I'm going for it.
You'd be so screwed up for the rest of your life.
Well, what you're going to do is you're going to go, okay, 3, 2, dead. You're going to mistime it 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You got one chance.
All right. So, super tall guy. What else you got?
Wouldn't the motorcycle when Harrison Ford's riding that horse, wouldn't that motorcycle lose traction on all the confetti? Wouldn't it be like grass clippings?
That was a lot of confetti.
Wouldn't it be like grass clippings?
Like a ridiculous amount of confetti.
Well, yeah, we just landed on the moon.
Yeah, but like...
So we had to clean that up.
That's more than like New Year's Eve.
I feel so bad for anybody who tries to watch this on streaming, because it's just going to be compressed to shit. It's going to look horrible.
Yeah. That's right. He steals a cop's horse.
I know mounted police are a real thing, but it's just very funny that he stole a cop's horse.
And then
like
he
it's the Old West.
And I love how also like him getting framed for murder is never resolved.
Nope.
Like he just went back home and is just like, how do they not know? Like, did they find the other FBI agent who got shot, or was this like?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, they should have known right then and there, I guess.
Well, she probably would have reported to that guy with the broken leg, and he probably would have told the government,
right,
that those Nazis shot those people.
Were they just trying to make sure the Nazis didn't like try to pull anything?
I don't know.
Because I mean, didn't we like build like a whole town for a bunch of like ex-Nazis? Like, so be like, you stay here, you give us science stuff.
Well, it's slightly more complicated.
Well, fuck yeah, it's more complicated than that.
It's called Operation Paperclip.
Detail. Yeah.
It's actually very interesting. If the listeners,
it is fascinating,
don't know anything about it, you should absolutely read up on it, because it is very.
Hello. Did you hear that?
No.
That was my stomach.
Hello.
Yeah.
It is very weird that America just like, come on over, Nazi.
I don't think it's weird at all.
In their defense, I don't want to get into this, but it's like, people are always like, oh, Von Braun was a Nazi. It's like, yeah, but you kind of got to look at the situation. It wasn't sort of like he was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Nazis, woo. It was sort of like a, hey, you be a Nazi or you die. So.
Well, that's the version he's saying.
Yeah, allegedly. He seems like a nice guy, he's friends with Walt Disney.
He was like, wasn't he
the least anti-Semitic person of all
right,
time?
Yeah, okay.
Great guy. Created Disney World. What a joy. Inspired Richard Hammond.
Right.
That kid got kidnapped and dropped his ice cream.
Yeah. So
that's pretty sad. I feel like at that point I would have been like, can I just
finish the ice cream?
I'll go with you guys. Just can I keep the ice cream?
Yeah, don't they just pick him right up?
Yeah, I would have been like, all right, you got me. Can I finish this? I just stole some rich white douchebag's money. I would really like to. Do you guys want one? We can go back. It's really good.
Yeah.
I want ice cream now.
You would think they'd try to be nice to the kid so we would get more like info out, you know what I mean?
Well, he wasn't white.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
What did he
look
like?
Tan. He was a little tan.
What was he like? He was he was like Mexican, right?
He was. I don't think so. I think they were from a different part of the world. Well, I don't know. They never really address where he comes from.
Let me see.
Because they go to where? Where do they go? Morocco?
But
he's not from there?
No, he's just traveling around with his goddaughter.
Yeah, so I don't know where he's from. But he was definitely, he was a little tan. And the whole Nazi thing is they kind of don't like that.
Yeah, because remember the room service guy?
Yeah.
And he's like, You didn't win the war. Hitler lost it. Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen. Mads Mikkelsen is
That
great.
guy, service star of the year.
Yeah, he put up with a lot of shit. Probably didn't get very much of a tip either.
Probably got no tip. And he was like professional.
He was cool.
Super professional.
Didn't
you know, he
lose
went
it.
home and he was like, fucking cracker ass Nazis. But yeah, that guy, he deserves a raise.
Yeah. They're not going to give it to him, though, because he's black.
And it's the 60s.
And it's almost the 70s. We're getting there.
Yeah, what does this take place in 69?
Yeah, because it was right after. Oh, cameo from Neil, Buzz, and Mike.
Who was in this? What was a cameo?
It was Neil, Buzz, and Mike.
Oh.
I mean, not really,
for real.
because two of them are dead and the other one looks like a bag of sawdust.
What the fuck?
Jordan saw something that scared him.
No, he's French. The actor's French.
The actor is French.
Yeah. Franco. Okay, he's Brazilian and French.
Interesting. So he is, he's a little tan.
Yeah, in Brazil.
Brazil. Knows how to fly a plane, though.
Oh, yeah. Here's the other. I don't remember the name of this dude here with the red hat. What's the name of that character? I can't. Sala, yeah. So he comes to the airport and he's like, I brought my passport with me. And Indiana Jones is like, no, you're not coming. And then that's the last. Just
fuck off.
Yeah. It's like, I thought maybe he'd play a more important
It would have been funny
movie.
if he got on the plane and he was sitting there and he was like, I don't know, he put his hat over his eyes to go to sleep or whatever. And then the camera like switched to the seat behind him and there's somebody holding a magazine. And he pulls the magazine down and it's just Sala. He's looking at him, he puts the magazine back up, and then Sala was the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
I don't know. That just would have been a funny callback. Harrison Ford looks old as shit.
He's an old man now, yeah.
Yeah.
Just even the way he walks.
Watching him run was uncomfortable.
So when they like de-aged him, was that him doing everything?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably not.
So they used a different actor and put his face.
I would assume so.
Okay. See, this is why I wanted to watch some more videos. It was too late.
That's sort of how they do it these days. Is they take a person who kind of looks like them,
right?
And then they do the dots.
Yeah.
And they deep fake it on.
Like talking.
Bino
comes running to me.
He knows he fucked up. What was I about to say? The bit where he gets on top of the train and he starts running.
Did we just lose the whole recording?
No.
Why does it say 1 minute and 37 seconds?
Because it froze.
Okay.
So I restarted it.
Okay.
But we got my camera's still going, so we're just gonna lock it on me whenever that failed. I didn't notice when it failed. But when he's running across the train and it starts playing the theme song, that's when the theme song is.
Okay. Yeah.
That looked like shit. That looked horrible.
It looked very like CGI.
Bad.
Kinda, yeah.
It was like PS3. It looked really bad.
I was actually thinking it looked like a video game.
It made me laugh.
Yeah.
It was whatever. Why does he hate life so much?
Because his Shia LaBeouf died.
Yeah.
And his wife left him.
What happened to his sick house?
I think that was that looked very much like where Marion was living. Because I highly doubt he put up flower wallpaper.
No, in Raiders and Last Crusade, he has a house.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
Probably sold it.
Why?
Well, where's he?
He's got tenure. He's a million years old. Why didn't she move in with him?
She did, I think.
Not into his sick house.
They probably just got a different house because they had the kid now, who was kind of an adult. I don't know. They didn't raise that kid, did they?
No. Well, she raised him. She did.
Probably because Indiana Jones probably moved in with her because he's never at home. But he's always out on the road.
She moved in with him because his house was bigger than that apartment.
Was it?
Yes.
When do you see his house? In the first one?
They're like Brody
He might have been renting it.
Marcus Brody shows up and he's like, they want you to go for it, and he's like, I don't believe in any of this hocus pocus stuff.
Plus, you know what a cautious guy I
and
am.
he throws the gun.
It just goes off and fucking shoots the other guy.
Technically, the gun shoots himself in the head. That's the end
You
of
know
the
what
move.
kind of cautious guy I am.
Boom. Safety's not working. But also, hold on.
You're asking dumb questions. Like, who cares about his house?
I'm trying to.
He flew back in time.
I know. They machine gunned a Roman soldier. Can you imagine being a fucking Roman guy who's like, I don't want to be in this war, but I gotta, if I don't, they're gonna cut my dick off or something. Like, I don't want to be here, and then a fucking airplane flies through.
They were saying they have dragons.
Yes.
Did those people actually believe in dragons? Because I feel like they didn't.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
I don't think anybody actually like believed in dragons unless it was like, because civilization was like not like, you know what I mean? It wasn't
knew that
like
the earth was round.
Yeah,
and all that
like
stuff.
they were intelligent.
A lot of people don't give them enough credit.
Right.
But they had like created.
Yeah. But they're like, oh, they have dragons. And Indiana Jones is like, they think we're a monster. I don't think they were like a dragon. I think they were like, in real life, they probably would have been like, what the fuck is that? Because I think both sides, it would be like a Independence Day thing. They'd be like, aliens, guys, let's stop fighting. Let's take these out.
I'd be like, we're leaving. But so I just have to address this.
They could have flown higher as well.
Yes, they did not go above the clouds.
Like well out of the range of these fireballs.
Spears?
Yeah, and spears.
In Raiders, he says, I don't believe in any of that hocus pocus magic stuff. But Temple of Doom, he literally gets tortured by voodoo and he watches a guy's heart get pulled out. And that happened before this.
Right.
So what's going on there? Did he just forget?
In the new one?
No, in Raiders, he says, I don't believe in magic or whatever. And he throws the gun and it shoots Marcus Brody.
Right.
But in Temple of Doom...
Is that like a prequel?
Yes, it happens before Raiders.
No.
They don't talk about that at all. Anyway,
I always just watched Raiders, Temple of Doom, and then Last Crusade.
Well, that's the way they came out, but technically, Temple of Doom is a prequel.
I want to know what happened to that kid.
Short Round?
Yeah.
Hey, he's still around. They're making movies again.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I think we looked that up one time.
He was like a stunt coordinator for 30 years or whatever. Why does he want to stay in the past so bad?
Want to stay in the past?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When he goes back and he...
Oh, back then?
Yeah, and she's like, we gotta go, and he's like, I want to stay.
Because he's like, I've studied this for my whole life.
Yeah, but hear me out here. Who fucking cares? I don't want to have to shit in a hole in the ground.
I think they were probably pretty clean.
No, I'm sure they were for, the standards back then. No hot water?
What are you talking about? You can heat up water on fire. And
okay, so you gotta go build a fire.
Right.
Instead of just turning a faucet. The food was probably not as good.
It was probably delicious. What are you talking about?
Listen, I'm not saying that it wasn't delicious. I'm just saying that
are you
in terms of
rich?
The effort that I need. Well, I assume he would have chilled with Archimedes.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if Archimedes was rich though.
Indiana Jones would have been probably living pretty well.
I feel like it would have been cool for about a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he would have gotten cold feet and wanted to come back. Oh, do you think it would have been like a Back to the Future 2, 3 situation? I think he would have
died from his gunshot
once. Oh, absolutely. They would have, literally, like she said, they would have put leeches on him and he would have died. Because they didn't know how to... I mean, they were very smart. They knew what they were doing a lot of the time, but that is literally something they've never dealt with.
Right.
So they would have no idea what to do. Like, look at fucking Abraham Lincoln probably would have survived if they hadn't tried to get the bullet out of him. because medicine at that time.
Getting shot in the head.
He got shot like in.
Yeah, like back of the skull.
Yeah, but not
through his
straight
neck
on.
and shit.
It was like, it was barely in there.
No.
But they went digging in with all these tools that were rusty and gross and not sanitized, and they fucking killed him. So it's like
they tried.
Ancient medicine. Thanks modern medicine for being better than literally no medicine.
And also, like,
you know what I mean?
He's on a battlefield.
Yeah, shit is exploding. Like, it would have been cool, granted, to go see the Library of Alexandria.
He's already kind of like time traveled in a way. I mean, he met that other dude who's been.
Oh yeah.
You're oddly dressed for a night.
I forgot about that guy.
Although that's not time travel. He just lived for fucking ever, right?
Yeah, a couple hundred years.
Yeah,
1,000 years. When did the Crusades happen?
Man, that last shot of him just looking at him while the whole thing's falling down, like, man, I thought you were cool. He looks so disappointed.
Well,
Seriously, watch that movie. He looks so sad. Think about
it like this. Oh, I know. Think about it like this. That guy, devoted to God for hundreds of years, right? And
then a Nazi showed up.
He's waiting for somebody to come relieve him.
Yeah.
For hundreds of years. He can't leave. He can't go, like, he has to, like, go jerk off in a corner or whatever. Or what's he eating? Does he have to take a shit?
I don't think he eats anything.
So,
he's just
like, he doesn't even get the enjoyment of taking a nice dump. That's taken away from him.
That.
What's he doing? He's just sitting there for hundreds of years. He doesn't even have, like, a Nintendo DS. You know? And then this dipshit walks in. And then some more dipshits walk in. And then one of them explodes.
He's too weak to even...
And then the other guy takes the cup that you've been guarding for hundreds of years. And he's like, hey, I'm about to fuck off. And the guy's like, hey, you can't leave. He's like, okay, I got it. And then from his perspective, they try to leave with the cup.
Yep.
And then it falls down a pit. So it's like, what's the fucking point? Yeah. Just throw it in a pit and kill yourself.
Also, like
500 years ago, you know?
Have you noticed how, like, Indiana Jones doesn't really react to stuff that most people be like, that's fucked up. Like,
well, yeah, he's been tortured by voodoo.
Right, in the first one.
Yes, chronologically.
Yeah.
Well, I guess chronologically, the third one is before that for some of it, and then because it's him as a kid.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, the dude's face, like, he, like, ages rapidly.
Yeah, but he also watched a bunch of I guess he didn't watch a bunch of Nazis explode, but he did see the aftermath of a bunch of Nazis explode.
He's also killed, like,
a lot of people.
30 plus people.
Oh,
yeah.
Way more than that.
Yeah.
30 plus people that we've seen.
Yeah.
Most of them men.
They were all Nazis.
Were all of them Nazis?
No, there's some Russians too.
Yep. He definitely, I feel like he killed at least a couple of those religious guys from the third one that were just trying to defend the Grail.
By mistake, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, don't come at him.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I don't know. I think just like we were talking about that guy who's just been standing there for 100 years. That guy's face melting off like that, like him just aging rapidly and like turning into bone. It's probably the most entertainment that he's had.
Oh yeah,
that entire time. Like he was probably enjoying that.
Oh, definitely.
Like
100%.
Yeah.
Nobody else made it through.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think he ever stood at the entrance like, "Hey, you got to kneel. You got to kneel. Okay, now just you got to walk. Trust me, just walk across." Do you think he was ever getting people to come through just so he could see them explode?
Probably. That thing has like a 1,000-year warranty. Not gonna break down.
There's a very interesting thing about the trials that was pointed out to me a long time ago, where when he says the penitent man must kneel before the breath of God, there's a blade that comes up from the bottom too.
Yeah.
Because the Christian way of kneeling is you have your like on your knees but you're upright, but the sort of, I don't know what the different religions are, but like the Muslim, Hebrew, that side of the world, their version of kneeling is you put your head on the ground.
Yeah, they're gonna.
So if you're not Christian, they'll cut your head off. Which is just a cool little thing. Like, wow, these people are anti-Semitic?
What the hell is the breath of... What was that all supernatural shit? Because that wasn't like booby trapped.
No, it was.
But what was the air coming through?
It was just a leaf
Was it just
blower.
like a vent? Yeah, was it like...
It was the night. He had a big fan.
Yeah, because it's moving the little cobwebs.
He had a webcam, and he saw that they had come in, and he blew the fan. Man, when that guy walks in and then his head comes off, and it rolls out, that's so awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, that movie's good.
All right, so was there anything you liked about the new movie?
I liked some of the beginning stuff, minus the weird CGI de-aging. I appreciated that it just started in the middle of a thing. Like, it didn't feel the need to... I would have liked to have had a little bit of a build-up, because, like, Raiders starts in the middle of a thing, but it's also, like, that slow build, like we said. Whereas this is just, like, if Raiders started in the boulder chase.
Yeah, I would say so.
So I would have liked a little bit more of a build-up, but otherwise it was okay. I enjoyed Harrison Ford getting his outfit back on. He looks good. He's old, but he looks good.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the very last scene where
no, that pissed
shows
me
his
off.
hat on a clothesline? Because why would you need to dry your hat out like that?
Well, it got wet.
So you put it outside, and I don't.
They didn't have a dryer.
I feel like a fedora is not real unless you're like submerged in water. I feel like you can be out in the rain and not really like those dry pretty quick.
I mean, they're
like,
beaver or rabbit felt usually. This one's wool because it's like a $50 hat and not a $400 hat. The last shot of the movie pissed me off. I appreciated when Marion came back and they were doing the thing from Raiders, like it hurts everywhere. Yeah, whole spiel.
Yeah.
I like how he did his lines and then she just like immediately went off script. So he was like, fuck, now I gotta, all right, let me get us back on track here. And he started doing her lines for her. That was funny. To me and nobody else probably.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
When he rides the horse through the subway, I really want somebody to edit it together so that it's him riding the horse and then it cuts to Morbius flying.
Him riding the horse.
Like he's riding the horse.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Morbius.
Oh, like in the
as
subway.
he learns to fly through the subway.
Oh, God.
And then they pass each other.
Make it happen.
Internet, please. What else? Is there anything else I liked about the movie? I liked how the Nazis were shooting the Romans. That was funny to me. I enjoyed the female lead. I feel like she was pretty good. A lot of people say she was annoying.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought she was obnoxious.
Maybe it's because I can relate. I don't know. I thought that she was decent in terms of what she was given. Like, I like the actress, I guess. Not so much the character.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she was doing a good job with what she was supposed to be doing. As opposed to Shia LaBeouf doing whatever he was doing.
Should rewatch that movie.
I kind of don't want to. I'll watch them all when they come out. When this one comes out, I'll watch them all.
And this is the last one. This is no
definitely not.
There's gonna be more
You
Indiana
saw
Jones.
the end.
Yeah, where he grabs his hat. So
Yes. They're gonna see. Everybody's gonna be like, the de-aging thing was great, even though it wasn't, and they're gonna make another one in 5 years. That's
When
completely young Harrison Ford.
Like
100%. He's gonna be on his deathbed reading voice stuff. They're gonna use his voice.
I don't think they will.
100%.
They might try like a spin-off, but
they're
I don't
gonna do
think
that
they
James
will.
Earl Jones thing where they sign his voice over so they can use it forever.
I don't think they should be taking like. I don't know. I think it's like it's weird to take like an actor like and not have it actually be the actor and then put the face on somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, that just seems wrong to me. Like,
I think if it's done well, which
depends.
up until this point, it really hasn't been done well.
With, like, consent, I mean...
Fast and Furious, when Paul Walker died.
Yeah, something like that.
They did a lot of stuff with that, and it was like, we're going to give this character, who's been a big part of this franchise, a nice heartwarming end. You know? Like, that's something that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
If they just repeatedly make Indiana Jones movies long after Harrison Ford is dead, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
If they do it in the spirit, like if it was a good movie,
it would look like shit,
it won't
though.
be. Well, it might not in 5 years. You know, look at how far we've come in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
pretty far.
Yep.
So I like if it's in the spirit of the thing, if it's fucking young Harrison Ford selling Pepto-Bismol, you know, that's distasteful. But if it's like, hey, we're gonna do a new Star Wars thing, you know, Harrison Ford's gonna be in it for 5 minutes. I mean, that might be distasteful because he hates Star Wars. And you never agree to that, but you know.
So what Harrison Ford sequel do you want to see?
Air Force 1, 2.
I was about to say Air Force 1.
Air Force. They missed the trick. This made me so mad. When he kicks that dude off the train, I swear I thought they were going to say, "Get off my train," in reference to "Get off my plane." I was so mad when they didn't do it. Oh, that would have been so good. Can you imagine? Nobody else would have gotten that. Because nobody remembers Air Force 1.
I remember Air Force 1.
It's a good movie. It's like the least bad Die Hard ripoff.
Yeah. It's very Die Hard-esque.
It's the Die Hard ripoff that makes the most sense. I guess Under Siege just makes sense. You ever seen Under Siege?
No.
Starring Steven Seagal, Gary Busey.
Never heard of it.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Gary Busey.
Yeah.
He's an interesting looking fella.
There's boobs in it for literally no reason.
Oh, of course.
It's great.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
What is it?
Under Siege.
Under Siege.
It's Die Hard, but it's on a boat. It's really funny from memory. I haven't seen it in probably 10 years.
Okay, so Indiana Jones. I gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, let's final thoughts.
Yeah, so they put that thing together, and then it automatically takes them back in time.
Well, you gotta find the rift. It doesn't. The machine itself doesn't take you back in time.
Oh, okay.
It allows you to find a rip in space time.
She said, "Oh, it was designed to take you here."
Well, Archimedes designed it to only find the tear that would bring you back then,
right?
Not where you want it to go.
Yeah.
So no matter what date you put in, it would always find the tear that would lead you back to whenever. But theoretically, you could go back anywhere, unless Archimedes fucking is ripping space time open and making. Which, you know, apparently is not. I was hoping when they found his body that they were gonna find like an iPhone or something.
Yeah, they had the watch.
I thought it would have been really funny. That would have been too far.
I like that for something that Disney was involved in. They didn't they still had like the gore and shit.
Yeah, it was pretty bloody for what's this movie rated? PG-13 probably?
Probably.
It would have to be. I mean, that dude got a spike through his head.
Yeah, also the main Nazi guy gets pretty effed up when he falls out of the airplane there.
This is PG-13.
Yeah.
Not pretty effed up when he gets hit by a train thing.
Right.
Fucking Jesus Christ. I can't believe they brought him back from that. That is utter insanity.
So my final thought would be, it's probably not something I'd watch again.
I might watch it again for a specific purpose.
I think it's...
Like if I was doing a marathon, it was like, hey, does anybody want to come over and get shit-faced for an entire day and watch all the Indiana Jones movies?
It's not terrible. But it's not something I would, it's not something I would
it was the
get
most,
all excited about.
Like, I walked out of it not feeling anything.
Yeah.
And that was the saddest part. Because at least Crystal Skull, I was like, I'm mad and I know why. But with this, it's just like, what the fuck? That was just a waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, I got nothing out of it.
Yeah. Same feeling.
And I don't know if it's evident. I'm a very big Indiana Jones fan. I have a Raiders of the Lost Ark poster. I have the hat, jacket. I own all of the movies multiple times.
VHS, DVD, Blu-ray,
4K,
Steelbook,
digital. Like, I love Indiana Jones.
What's the other one?
Laserdisc. Betamax. I have it on vinyl, but it's like it's the Voyager, right? It's like 150 vinyls, and they all do you can get pictures out of them.
You could probably get the soundtrack on vinyl.
Oh, definitely. So, you know, I don't know, man. I want to see more of this character.
I don't.
But I want them to stop making movies.
So you want comics?
I don't know what I want. You know?
A cartoon?
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I would love there to be more, but I don't want them to make more. You know what I mean? Like, if I woke up in an alternate reality where there had been 7 Indiana Jones movies all throughout the 80s and 90s, and they were all good, that would be awesome. But I don't want them to make like 4 more Indiana Jones movies. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So yeah, final thoughts. Wasn't very good. Wasn't horrible. I would say the ranking of the movies is 3, 1, pretty big jump to 2, really big jump to 5, and that's the end of the list. 4 is in the ground. Would you agree? Last Crusade is the best one.
See, the thing is, like, I actually liked Crystal Skull.
Not for the right reasons, though.
What do you mean?
You didn't like it because it was a fun action movie. You liked it because it was bad.
No, I legitimately liked it. I saw it when I was a kid, so with my
So
granny.
did I.
And I liked it because I was a
You
kid.
did not see that when you were a kid.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Why do you say no, you didn't?
Because it was 2008.
No, it fucking wasn't.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. You weren't a child. How old were you in 2008? I'll bet you $1,000 right now.
All right, so I was like, what, like 14?
Yeah, okay.
That's still kind of a kid. Yeah, 2008.
Yeah, suck my dick.
That's weird.
I knew a date of a movie.
Would you drop almost 300 for that?
No.
Indiana
I kind of
Jones,
want to spend $400 on an actual Raiders hat.
Wow.
Yeah, like an actual beaver felt hat.
I need to go feed dogs.
Jordan's gonna go pick up dog shit. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Do all the things. See ya.